Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
But the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Watch down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3 wins the primal rage.
Experience tranquility.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Tranquility Gaming, underrepresented and minority pugs. We're your casters, Fish and Riker. And we're going to be casting these pugs for you guys. We're just about to get into the lobby, so Riker, how are you feeling about these pugs? You excited?
I'm super excited, looking forward to seeing these teams. I don't think this is something Tranquility's done for a really long time, if ever, so it's just going to be a great night.
Yeah, I agree. We're just about to get in. Do you recognize any players here, or are these all new faces?
So I was actually part of a team last season in Tranquility, so I know Luna, she used to coach our team, and I believe that that Queen on their team is also a caster in the community.
Cool. I'm I shouldn't say unfortunately, but unfortunately I am aware of Try and Glitch because they together beat my team in grand finals. But so I'm all too familiar with them. But they are very good players, and there are a lot of good players here. I know Cry was on the winning transfer team on Capitators, so that's pretty cool. But we are getting in the lobby. We're going to, is this Oasis, right? Yeah, Oasis. And yeah, I haven't seen that much Oasis in Overwatch 2. So it's a more of a lesser played map, but still plays similar to how it played in Overwatch 1. You still use a lot of the high grounds and stuff like that. It's not too drastically different. I would just say Koth in general is a little more less organized than how it was in Overwatch 1.
Yeah, I for sure would agree. You know, we immediately see the Reinhardt and Orisa. Those are interesting picks for this map. We would assume there'd be more divey characters. Here we see the change to the Winston. It's just going to come down to which team is able to stick closer together and really take control of this point here.
Yeah, I think we're looking at some standard Winston dive on the right. The Junkrat's a little silly, but Junkrat is being played a lot now. And on the other side, a little bit of a mixed comp, but I remember it's a base comp. You see the Junk trying to get spam in early, Tracer harassing the back line. Eurus is trying to take space up front. I think it's pretty hard here. This fight is going to take a very long time, I would assume, because Orisa is going to try to take a lot of space. And the Monkey's trying to dive, but Orisa's not really a diveable comp. Try gets a pick early, walking on the back line, and the Sojourn kills other Smarties, kills the Orisa there, and it looks like the red team will begin the first cap. Little double kill for Smarties there.
Absolutely. I think the red team really had the advantage of high ground here. They had more mobile characters like Winston, And I think that we do see that switch onto the Roadhog here to allow for more mobility for blue team. This is a very high ground based map, and so potentially we'll see characters using that a little bit more during this fight.
Versus is there. But, so the Monkey's gonna have a hard time really playing the game, I think. But, Sludge is trying to kill a Junk here, because Junk is a little out of place in this comp. You see Try trying to walk up, trying to take space right now, looking on a hook from this. Kiriko gets it. Kiriko is now half, and Sludge finally finds a pick onto the Junkrat, and is looking to find more. It's a pulse bomb, a little bit of a whiff, but we're not going to hold them against it. And Sojourn pops ult on the high ground, and is trying to pull this fight back, actually. It looks like Red Team is actually going to win this fight.
Red Team, even with the more unique comp, you know, having the Junkrat on here, you wouldn't expect it to work, but they're just, you know, sticking together, playing like a team, and that will be potentially the end of this fight for them.
Yeah, Sludge is still up, trying to kill that Junkrat again, but it looks like Red Team gets the continues the point. We got the Tire online, we got the Kiriko ult online. That's trying to kill his Tracer. This has been a 1v1 that has been going on the entire time. Try and blue team look to get the high ground, you know, get the sight lines, everything, all that jazz. Gets the ult onto the Winston, ulting the Winston in the corner. Winston pops Primal to stay in the fight. Hook on the Lucio, a whiff, and then this Primal is looking to find anything really. Just backs up, not trying to give too much to the other team as Winston there. And Akadama finds the pick on a Luna, but Try finds the pick on a Smarty, so now it's still even 4v4. Beat comes out from K-Wing, and the beat comes out from Glitch. Tire comes out from Dez, finds Sludge, and it looks like Red Team is gonna pick up the first point.
Yeah, fight almost over here. It's looking like Red Team's gonna win this one.
Oh, we get a pick?
Still a few ultimates. We have that Kiriko ult coming in from blue team, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think the Sojourn ult kind of is the nail in the coffin there. But yeah, how do you feel about the two teams there?
I felt like blue team potentially had the better comp, but red team was just sticking together a little more. Blue team got a little overwhelmed by the spam from all angles. Winston able to jump on, you know, their players, and the Junkrat just really spamming, you know, those bullets down. I think that if blue team sticks together a little more, potentially uses high ground, and maybe switches their tank up a little bit, that they could have a fighting chance this next round.
Yeah, I think I would expect Try to stay on Hog here. The general Overwatch 2 rock paper scissors is that Hog beats Monkey, Monkey beats Orisa, Orisa beats Hog. It's kind of how it is, but I you know, they could definitely prove me wrong here with how well the DPS from the red team was playing this round.
For sure, we do see a few swaps here. Luna's on the Reaper now. I like that both teams have a Lucio. It should make for a pretty, you know, quick play style here for both teams.
There it is, and Akudama finds another pick on the Sojourn. Just really dominating here. Try looks to find a pick, and just barely misses a hook there. Bell comes out from the blue team, and Try is in a sticky situation. It looks like blue team's going to do a quick back and then try to re-engage with a hook here, and the hook does not find. Try has to burn their heal, and now they burn Bell. So red team is really just getting the resources out from the blue team right now, but it doesn't matter because one is on Roadhog, and the party finds a pick on the Sludge, and that is another one from Luna, and another Bell from blue team. This fight is taking a very long time, but they still have the point. Red team has contained the point, controlled the point this entire time. Looking to try to force them off of high ground to try to cap this point. Try finds a hook, but Kiriko TP's out. Monkey is now back, and we're back to square one almost. Glitch finds Luna, Luna finds Smarties. We get a trade. This is still a 4v4. Akudama dropped from their high ground to try to get a better angle. Try finds a hook onto Dez. And Try tries to use Whole Hog to get everyone off the point. He finds 3, and there, finally, blue team will cap the point.
It's an important fight win for blue team, but unfortunately that is 50% of progress kind of down the drain here. And both teams coming up on ultimates here, so hopefully they can utilize that to maintain control of this point so that red team can't get another 50 on them.
Yeah, I think blue team should try to initiate their fight early because they have rush and the other team doesn't yet, but I think whoever rushes first wins a lot of the time. So here we go, first rush comes out, beat to counter, and then red team just has 3 ults. Yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate fight, I think. I think blue team waited just a little bit too long to ult and it kind of spiraled down from there because red team just had a massive ult economy, which they've kind of been able to maintain, keeping 2 of their 5 ults.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Red team using ults there, but they also still have 2 more, 2 big ones in fact, Primal and Sojourn's ult. Blue team does have ults of their own though. They have that Reaper Blossom coming up soon, that could be big. And they most importantly have the beat to sustain anything that red team may throw at them. So I'm interested to see if blue team be able to retake this fight.
Yeah, tries to land a hook, doesn't quite find it. The Sojourns are now dueling with ult on high ground. One has beat though, but it doesn't seem to matter. Akinuma just finding all of the shots. Sludge slides in, finds 2 with a, I don't know, what is that? Dez finds 2. Try comes out with the whole hog again, just denying anyone to get onto the point. But red team did find the flip, so this is blue is facing against the clock, and I think this will end up being a 99, almost a 96 for red team. But blue team does cap the point and looking to try to build some fights into together.
Yeah, both teams honestly don't have that many ults. We do have that Death Blossom from Luna on blue team. Red team really dumped all their ults into that fight. They did get to 96, so that means that it's in one fight territory. But if blue team manages to hold it here, they're not going to have a lot for that final push. So I'm interested to see how this Death Blossom goes, though. Maybe it'll be a 5-kill.
Yeah, it looks like Mixer Kraken swaps over to the D.Va. Don't know how I feel about that swap. Obviously, this is just PUGs. Maybe they just felt like playing some D.Va. But I will say, in the current state of the game, D.Va is a little unfun to play. So I am curious to see how this lat fight is going to go now that they're on D.Va.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see a few more ults in play here. I think 3 on each side coming up here. So potentially this would be an ult dump last fight if they're even able to touch the point.
Yeah, I don't.
No?
Oh,
we do have a touch.
Oh, it was camp. Okay. Try gets the whole hog trying to get everyone off point, but the D.Va now actually coming in clutch with the Matrix. Rushes trade from both sides. Try finds a pick. This is a 2v3. Cry trying to stay alive, but it looks like the D.Va swap and the red team are gonna find the point. They just had they had ults. They still have beat, so this fight is I would find it unlikely if they choke this.
Absolute steal of a fight if they do manage to win here. I think the D.Va may have just been a mobility swap, try to get to point faster. Super impressive last few ultimates here. It's good to save that beat to, confirm that last fight.
Yeah.
At this point, it just seems like cleanup crew to me.
Yeah, I think the Reaper. Yeah, you have to kill the Reaper. Now the Reaper's dead. Now it really is. And there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I think what ended up happening is the red team the red team went under to contest, which I think threw a lot of people off, and they just kind of caught him off guard. And they had a lot of ults for the recontest, so I think well played by them. Definitely tried their best. No pun intended there, I promise. But it just wasn't enough. Shout out to Amelia, the Sojourn on the red team. They were pounding. That was some nice gameplay right there.
Absolutely, it was definitely a big part of them being able to take back those points there. I do think that last point on red team was probably just a great team effort, sticking together. They all went the same direction. I think that switch to a D.Va probably was just for mobility. They were able to take that back. So super impressive by red team there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a well-rounded first point. I think both teams showed some pretty cool stuff. I'm excited to get into map 2. We got Midtown coming up next. And we got a couple new players coming in, some new tanks for both teams. We got Phoenix and Cherika coming in for both teams. And Marth coming on DPS, Smarties on support, and Aristotle on support. So we got a couple good swaps coming in here. I'm not as familiar with this group of players as I was with the last one, but I am excited to see, because I like to learn about new players in the community. No, not saying these are new players. I'm actually a new player to the community. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've only been here for like a season, so
Oh, don't worry.
no
Me too.
disrespect to everyone. I'm still learning.
Excited to see Midtown here. I feel like, it's always fun to see the new maps. I actually haven't seen Oasis in a while, but looking forward to see what kinds of comps each of these teams are going to pick for Midtown.
Yeah, I think most of the time on Midtown, I've seen a lot of Hog on Midtown, but I've also seen a lot of Orisa. Orisa was like the first time I'd ever realized that Orisa kind of like dumpsters Hog sometimes was on Midtown, because on first you can just press E and steal the choke. You literally can just walk through choke for free, and when you can just press E and you walk through choke. And
for sure.
So that was the first time I was like, oh yeah, that's Orisa's OP's Orisa's broken.
When you're running an Orisa and you have a team that's just right there with you, it's super difficult to push through with that Hog.
But at the same time, I like to say that Orisa beats Hog until a Hog hits a hook, which is basically the idea that you could be the best. You could literally you could win the matchup. It doesn't matter. But if you're just hitting hooks on Hog, it's you're gonna win anyway.
Right, you just gotta catch those DPS and sports that are, a little bit out of line.
Yeah.
Would love to see a few clutch hog ults this round. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, but I mean there are, contrary to what ranked will tell you, there are more than 2 tanks in this game. So there are other characters to be played. We could see some Junker Queen. That's pretty
That'd be
cool.
ambitious. That'd be fun.
See some Junker Queen. We could see some Winston, obviously. We could see Ramatra. Ramatra, we haven't seen Ramatra. I have watched very little gameplay, honestly, of Ramatra. I've just played against Ramatra, and playing against Ramatra is the equivalent of just running at someone and them not being able to do anything. But high level Ramatra, where they're actually good, is really cool. So I'd be curious to see some Ramatra here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Much.
I'm excited to see Ramatra next Trank season as well. But I actually find that the Winston is not that bad on Midtown. I think that depending on the comp they're playing, he can be unstoppable. When he goes in the backline and everything, I think that a Winston could be a good pick here.
Yeah, on MI7 last season, we had this play on attack on Midtown where we would jump. We would the Winston would jump over the train, and then the core would walk through choke at the same time he's landing, and then we'd pincer with a Reaper. It was sick. It worked every time.
Yeah, you just gotta catch him off guard. I think that if they went for something like that here, it could potentially work great, especially in a pug setting where they haven't necessarily been training together. I think that could be great.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. But we are. You are really trying to get us in the lobby, big man. I respect you. This guy. Teams almost are. Don't worry, we're holding a conversation pretty well. You don't gotta rush them too hard. But yeah, I think I would be curious to see what the comps that the teams run. I think I'd also be curious to see some new support lineups. I know Lucio Kiriko is kind of just standard in every setting at this point.
Yeah.
But I would be curious to see if someone whips out an Ana or something just for fun.
Yeah, I find Ana is not as terrible as people have, maybe cracked her out to be during this meta. I think that especially if you're running more of a divey comp, as long as they're not diving your Ana, I think that she's actually a great source of healing. So it'd be fun to see an Ana here.
Yeah, I agree. Is Ramatra supposed to not be available?
These are the joys of pugs.
Oh, do you have Ramatra disabled in settings? You might want to change that, because you might be using the. Oh, okay. I think like they're probably using the code for the match code, which might not be updated to change it. But Ramato should have been available in grand finals, so I don't know why that would be. So I have no clue. Maybe they just don't have the battle pass. They do not own the Fortnite battle pass to get Ramatra, so that could be the problem.
They don't. They're not battle royaling.
They don't have the V-Bucks.
No. Do you know if Ramatra is going to be, a part of Season 10 Trank, like in the beginning, or are we going to be introducing that immediately?
Yeah, because Ramatra was available for just grand finals. It's basically the way the rules work is just if they're available in comp, they're available to be played in.
Gotcha.
That's like long story. That's actually in the rulebook now. It wasn't in the rulebook before, and it was kind of just like an accepted. It's like an unwritten rule, but now it's an actual written rule.
Yeah.
But
all right, we are in map.
We are in lobby. We are in the game, not lobby. The opposite.
Super excited to see what these teams pick here.
Please play Ryan. I would love. Please play Ryan.
Oh, I would love to see a Reinhardt. We do have the Ryan and Lucio coming out strong here. Of course, the Kiri Lucio support line classic. The Mei could be great for, sectioning people off so we can pin them. On the other team, we do have that Winston that we talked about. And we have the Tracer Sojourn. It's going to be a high mobility comp, especially with that Lucio. So I'm looking to see what kinds of routes these people take to get to the point. It's going to be interesting to see what their pathing is there.
So we get the standard monkey on attack. This attack comp was similar to this is actually exactly what we ran. And then on defense, basically a mirror. The only difference is Tracer versus Reaper, which is I think they're around even. I think they're both good.
Yeah, I would agree, especially in their respective comps.
But it looks like Phoenix going through choke does not jump over the train. Very sad. And is looking to find a dive target. Poking away, a little right click. There we go. Blue team actually initiates first, and red team double backs to get a little bit of heal. We got some poke going on. Try fades out, and there he is. Glitch does fall. Looks like Tracer finds a pick onto Aristotle, and Try is trying. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. Try is trying to kill this Tracer right now. They do back out. I'm a little curious to why, but I think they're just trying to stabilize. Really, the poke from the blue team is a little too much for them to actually have an engage right now. But they are poking, and there is the dive, and it looks like the fight is actually going to start. With the monkey trying to find the kill on the Kiriko right now, just cannot seem to find it. Dez does pick up two quick ones on the side of the blue team, and is looking for a third. And wow, he's just uncontested. They are just uncontested. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a DPS game right now in the kill feed. Both Sojourn's doing great, but really gotta, give a shout out to Dez. So many kills there. I think that the main difference right now is the Winstons, potentially. I feel like Sweets is doing an excellent job of jumping in, getting those kills, and Phoenix is playing a little bit more like a brawl. So I'd love to see, a switch of playstyle here, or potentially just playing more as a team.
Yeah, the blue team is just being more proactive in general as Smarties finds the pick on the opposite Kiriko. A little bit of a Kiriko diff going on there. Now that the blue team gotta just sweep everything up. No Kiriko, no win, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. We continue to get these kills here. I think that potentially red team needs to make some swaps here. Maybe to something a little easier to kill that Winston or protect their Kiriko a little bit more. It's just going to be a matter of if they're able to switch their playstyles or comps here to better suit, what they're going up against. They need to be bringing the fight to, they need to be forcing blue team to bring the fight to themselves. Right now it seems like blue team is holding up a really strong defense. So I'd love to see red team being a little bit more proactive here.
Yeah, and the ults are just flying out the gate here. Red team has the primal beat, Sojourn ult, rushes come out from both sides, and Phoenix does fall. Sludge does find Sweets in the Winston trade, and Smarties and Dez pick up too. It looks like blue team is going to come out. Dez is farming.
Yeah, this Dez character definitely cracked. Seeing a little bit of a diff here. Potentially looking for Sludge to switch off of the Sojourn to counter, Dez a little bit more. But I think that if Red Team maybe takes a little bit different pathing, maybe, oh wait, we do see the Ramatra here. That's exciting.
There we go.
That'll be a little change to their play style here, maybe help them get through that choke.
Yeah, blue. The red team does have the rush. I'd be curious to see if they are trying to push the fight to them. Which does have the beat down to counter, which is exactly what happens. The rush comes out, beat comes to counter. Phoenix is trying to take a little bit of an offhang on point. Seems to be working a little bit. Definitely distracting, but I think it's just going to end up being another win for the blue team.
I think it's just Dez taking those off angles, hitting their shots. I think this is just going to be a DPS diff in favor of blue team.
Yeah, I think I will say, you can't really blame Sludge, because Dez drops the GR. Classic for the person who's just pounding. Yeah, it was a great round for you, buddy. I think it is a little unfair to Sludge. It seems like Dez is quite literally uncontested. And Sludge does have a Winston in their face, but I think you're dealt the hand you're dealt, and Dez is doing well with the hand they've been dealt.
Yeah, for this red team being on defense, I think it's going to be really important to kill Dez before they're able to do too much damage. I think potentially keeping them. Oh, actually, the Orisa may work here for that, but I was gonna suggest going Monkey. Everyone jumping on Dez, that could potentially help mitigate the threat. Otherwise, they're just going to have to move really quickly and get to point before Dez can poke them out. Sorry, hold the point before they can get there.
I think, I'm not going to overreact to the comps that are being previewed, but the defensive comp is certainly creative. I think this is you could say it's a counter dive comp. I think that's kind of the goal here. You got the Torb gonna harass the Tracer. You got the Brig Moira has a lot of sustain. If you're like, it seems weird, but Brig Moira is really hard. If you're just shooting the tank, it's hard for Brig Moira to like. Brig Moira has a lot of healing output, but we have some interesting comps here. Sweets is on the Roadhog, trying to walk through choke, find a hook here. We got Bastion. So all kinds of things are happening. Dez still sticking on that Sojourn. Trying to break this Torb turret makes life a lot easier at the beginning. The hook does not immediately find. Immor comes out, but Bastion, terrorizing, finds one, but does not continue. But Try's turret was never broken, and that is it's a nasty turret spot. I've seen that one a couple times. It is very annoying. You have to break that before the fight. Honest.
Red team is doing an excellent job of just creating damage from all angles, really overwhelming. I think it's fascinating that they went Reinhardt. I feel like that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to mitigate the damage from all sides, but could potentially help with the shield against the Torbjorn turret there. So curious where they're going to path, wondering how they're going to deal with all of the damage from all angles. They do find a turret there.
So it looks like they're going to take this. Maybe not. No, they're going through mid. They're running it. All right, they're running it into the Tracer, and then looking to rotate to the point. The Torb goes with a Molten Core into the back line, trying to make it so the supports can't rotate properly, and then Tweets does go down. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you saying. I think it's very hard to go Rhine into a crossfire like this.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't stick on the Rhine, but maybe they'll figure out a way to make it work, rather. I think that, that shield is one directional, and as we just saw there, when the Reinhardt changes direction, it's difficult for the whole team to stick behind that shield, and they all end up getting forced out.
Yeah, we got a pulse bomb from Sludge here, trying to find a pick here. I think they're hiding in the shadows. They're holding it. Hold. Okay. It's okay. We didn't see it. Don't worry. Waifu Step picks up one, and that's two. So here we go. This is their chance. This is your chance to engage. Sweets finds a pick onto Mr. Kraken, and that will be a tick, I think. The emote was a questionable choice. I think maybe you should move. There we go. And then Now we've capped the objective. We
Clean
got
up
there.
crew at the end there. I think that honestly it was just a matter of, you know, taking a second, sticking together, and they actually did end up finding victory with that Reinhardt. So it must have just been the pathing or the teamwork there. Maybe it was just Dez, as we see in this impressive play in the game. But blue team will take that win.
Yeah, I will say Dez was the star of defense, but Waifu's Death, was that their name? Marth was the star of the second attack. They got 2 quick picks on Ashe coming out, and that made basically relatively made the fight over. If 5v3, pretty hard to lose those unless all 3 of them have ults and all 3 of them pop off. In this game, if you find 2 picks, it's kind of over. So
Definitely agree with that. It was a bit of a DPS differential at the end there. But both teams had pretty strong defenses, I would say. I think red team really had those few fights. They had damage from all angles, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
But yeah, it will be this. We are gonna throw to a break here. This will be the end of our night. You'll get 2 other casters who are just as beautiful as us. And yeah, it was nice talking to you guys, and I can't wait to do it again.
Have fun.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Tranquility's Underrepresented Minorities Pugs, and here today, we have already had 2 maps. It's been a good display on both teams so far. Definitely a few standout players as well. But we're only 2 maps in. We still got 3 more to go. So, Nighthawk, you've been enjoying yourself so far, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Going into Circuit Royale on this next map. Do you see any faces in here that stood out for you in the first 2 maps that we have played so far?
I know for a fact Phoenix and Luna are both really well known Widowmaker players. So, and Circuit Royale has a history of being dominated by who is the better Widow. So I would like to see if either of them play Widowmaker, who will come out in that duel.
Well, yeah. Well, we definitely got on display right away. Both of them switching already over to the Widowmaker. So we're already going to have that 1v1 going for us. See the classic Sigma, because once again, we're here on Circuit Royale. We know how the high ground is. So we'll watch these teams get set up, ready to go.
Eliza hasn't even chosen a hero yet.
I'm waiting to see, like, I want to call
We'll
the
see.
Lucio paired up with the... Are we just going to see a Mercy pocket with it? Or are we going to see...
Very interesting to see a Lucio paired with a Sigma. Looks like they're just going to plan to take the rest of the high ground. Well, blue team is running a more traditional poke comp that you usually would see on circuit.
You're right about that. And here we are starting right away. Akudama wasting absolutely no time. Waifu's death is death. They are gone. Immediately make that 2 in a row. Just out the gate, wasting no time whatsoever. And now they are down 2. They can't take a big fight right now. You see the Lucio trying to go up top. K-Wing wanted to do something fancy. It did not work out. So now they're just trying to get this little bit of progress on the card, but right now, just the Sigmas up there in no man's land.
Oh no, another Hanzo is isolated in the cart.
Oh, by himself,
One shot.
and they're gone. What we do see, Sweets does go down in the background. Try is still up there. They're still alive. How did they stay up that entire time? And just
okay,
like
what?
that, they somehow managed to sweep that fight.
It's like that fight. Aku is still killing people. He doesn't really care that his team has died around him. He gets the exit frag onto K-Wing.
What? Down 4 people? That doesn't matter. I'm Widowmaker.
Yeah, he is budget ons at this point. He is just hitting headshot after headshot.
Well, you can see them
And he
set
already
up.
has sights.
Yep, they're set up on the high ground. The sights is out, ready to go. And they're hoping to touch this point without anything. They missed a very close shot. That was a single frame away from getting... Never mind, there goes Sweets taking down Luna! Wants to clap back as well. You're not the only Widowmaker inside of this game. You see the Sojourn drop, looking for the touch, but right now, the advantage is very clearly on red side. But Waifu's death goes down in the process, somehow going down to Beth as well, but it does not matter because they are going to take first point with a pretty decent time bank as well.
Yeah, and red team does have a better ult bank going in. We see a swap from Glitch come out of the Winston, but they're keeping the double flex backline.
A bit of a... Go ahead.
If they want this to work, Glitch just can't get isolated by Tri-Shield, and Fluxart comes out and kills Sweets.
Yep, Sweets is down behind him. Dalma gets 2 picks out the gate. You get the Tracer, get the Mercy. That's the 2 you definitely need on the table, and just like that, they invest in an ult, and they get nothing out of it at the end of the day.
I feel like that red team is better off just mirroring the dive and targeting Aku, because this guy's literally putting blue team on his back and carrying them. I think he has more final blows than the entirety of his team combined.
Yep, and we do see the swap online. They are switching over to the Orisa, now over to the Ramatra instead. Ramatra, a pretty decent pick for this, but once again, you still have the problem of Akudama being there. Waifu's tries going for that. They do manage to get Sweets in that. They use the recall to get it, but they do manage to take down Sweets in the process. The 5v4 already set up. The Nano goes out onto Winston right now. Glitch trying to get down this Ramatra, but that Ramatra does not want to go down, using their block, jumping into their Nemesis form, and now suddenly, Glitch has found himself by himself. And now, Glitch is going to go down in that fight. Even though Waifus is one, they are going to survive. This is just an insane fight so far.
Yeah, that was a really risky peek from Sweets onto the Tracer. She almost got the pick, but Waifu's was a little bit quicker on it.
Yep, but just in time. Glitch is going to make it back. They do have the Primal Rage on ready to go. Right now, they're going to go in for the dive. They do manage to get rid of Ellie. That is a good pick right there. Luna dropping directly afterwards. And they do manage to get the retake. They are going to res Luna, though. They're going to try to get out, but that's going to get punished so hard. Both of them going to drop again, and that's going to be a full reset for Team Red. And now Team Blue finally, since that first point takeover, they finally managed to stabilize.
Oh, stagger on the Luna late. I was gonna say red team has a little bit more. Both teams are really even in ults. The only ones not being online are the Pulse Bomb Annihilation on the red team and Nano Boost for Bethcon blue. If sights come out, they're just gonna mirror both, I would assume.
Exactly.
And Luna just gets a pick instead.
Yep. You can see Akudama gonna back off of that for a little bit. Likely gonna have the sights ready to go, and there they go right there. Gonna wait and see. They both go up for the jump. Neither gets anything out of it. Glitch does invest into the Primal Rage. They are trying to knock around the Ramatra, and his ult's gonna come online as well. Not seeing a whole lot of value yet, but right now he gets the nano. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he goes to sleep. He is just pounding through right now. Nothing is going to stop Ramatra. And Try is just gonna run down what was left of Team Blue. The only survivor being Glitch. Go ahead, tell your friends about it. Tell them what you saw here.
It was a very good sleep from Bethcon to shut down the Annihilation, but he was immediately woken up by I believe Glitch or Sweets shot at him, like, right as the sleep connected.
Just as it connected, yeah. And now you see Waifu get picked off. Really late into this, but now the fight's just picked right back up. The Nano's going into Glitch. Glitch doing a soft dive trying to get somebody, but right now just there's nobody there that Glitch can dive into right now, so... Bit of a stalemate, waiting for that opening pick. Akudama's trying to get the little sliver pick. Trying to find it. You see the Tracer crossover, but nothing yet. We see the fight going on down there with the Ramatra and the Winston going back and forth. And right now, just no picks yet. And as I say that right there, we have the trade right there. Bethcon goes down, and they're going to lose the Sojourn in the process too. Even though Luna does drop, Team Blue is slowly starting to crumble within this. Waifu's got to back off a little bit, try not to get picked. Even though they do manage to get Sweets, it's still a back and forth affair. Try is still out there, still looking, and everything is just all over the place right now.
That was a really scrappy fight. I think they could have saved Annihilation. Trilite invested it to get one kill, and it's probably one of the best ults just to force people off a cart in the last section of the map. And now he doesn't have it, and they're still contesting, but it won't really matter since they're just killing everything.
Glitch was 99 to their ultimate, and I don't know, we're going to see if maybe they can manage to stall this out just long enough for them to get back, but it's looking really unlikely at this point. They're trying to get out there, and they're going to be just short. That's a little unfortunate, but T-Red's going to finish that out with 1:25 on the clock there. A pretty good job. Only really got stalled up on the second point, but that third point, I don't know if that cart stopped at all.
Third point is one of the points where you either have to snowball it with ultimates, or you are going to get held in one of the chokes, since everywhere you go is just a straight path. If the enemy team takes high ground control, it's really hard to force them off.
Yeah, exactly. It's typically, I've seen it as a very hard choke to go through, but it is one that you can snowball through if you do take that high ground right away. But we're head back into this.
See what they're going to come out on.
I don't think it's going to be anything a whole lot different. We do see the nice little Torgern on display. I don't know if Phoenix is going to go through with it, but I would love to see it.
So I want to see a hammer kill.
Now we did see at the beginning of Blue's defense, you did see Akudama get those two opening picks. I can imagine Luna is looking for a little bit of revenge. Maybe wants to try to show off as well.
Let's see, Aku was popping off like every fight. Even if the fight was lost, he always got to exit frag somehow.
Somehow, always managing it. You see the Erase is going to be on display now. Sigma is just completely abandoned. Sigma doesn't exist. Don't worry about him. He's on vacation. But yeah, head into this fight. Luna is looking for the opening pick. Is trying to get it on Akudama. Luna gets hit, but somehow survives it. So Luna not going to really be able to take that 1v1 right now. Right now, Team Red's trying to hold this corner to the best of their ability. Right now, once again, like any situation, they're just looking for the opening pick. There it is. Akudama takes out Luna, kind of trying to dominate the 1v1, try having to shield up, trying to stay alive, but that anti is just not going to let them stay up. And so now they're going to have to back up without the Ramattra, but they might want to try to take the cart with them, as Red is going to try to back out of here.
See the Sigma switch come up from Try. Sigma is one that counters to Orisa technically, since he can play outside of Orisa's effective range and just block the spears with his shield. He can also eat the spear, which makes 0 sense to me, but he can.
Listen, he is just a hungry guy, and he's trying to eat the spear. I'd say if he wants to, we let him. And so we're watching this next fight go down. No ults online yet. We are going to have the Nano very shortly right now. Trying to dig in. You see the gold come out over on Glitch. We do see the Nano ready to go, and there's the Nano. Just gets it out just a second after they drop. It's going to be the 5v4, but they do have the Nano online, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. They get a little bit of cart, but right now, all of Team Blue is down, and Waifu's getting the last couple of picks at the end there, as they're going to be able to stabilize once more.
Yeah, Try played that really well. He just noticed that the Orisa was pushing forward and just ignored her and walked forward to the back line of Blue Team.
Okay, we see the ult come out from Waifu. Waifu's not happy, trying to take it. They're going to drop. They do get the 2 picks. You wonder if that's going to be worth it when, obviously, Team Blue has a much better spawn advantage, but it doesn't matter when you have Mercy, you res him, and just like that, you're back in the fight.
Oh, so he's got Stig. And kills just keep going Red Team. I was gonna say Glitch does have the Terra, which says no to Sigma's shield. So the only way to counter is like to get out of it, which Red Team doesn't have any speed or mobility really at all to get out of Terra Surge.
They don't, and that's gonna be really tough for them here. But Glitch still has to find that right moment. A couple of the characters still have mobility. The Luna could get out of it. Ellie can get out of it. Maybe if Try uses their ult, they can get out of it. But they might not have to use it for this fight. Luna's taken down rather early in the fight. Phoenix getting a nice pick off right there. You see the res coming through. The spear hits it. The res is eliminated. So now it's a 5v3. They're going to use the ult anyway. Terra Surge comes out. No picks off of it. But this Sigma is all but dead at this point. And now, hopefully, with the snowball in play, they might be able to just take this without having to do another fight.
They might be able to. K-Wing invested Velk into that, which was really questionable, because she tried to use it to get away from the Terra, but as long as you're in the range of it, it slows you.
And Waifu's decided, nope, I want to die before the next team fight happens. Let me jump on the cart real quick. So Blue's going to take over. A lot smaller of a time bank than what Red started with, but right now they do have the 5v4 scenario working in their favor. And right now they're going to, Character Vault is going to be online very shortly as well. Basically ready to go as is. And we see the window come out from the Baptiste. That is a big left right there. They're going to get 2 off of it. The Golden's already out. Try's going to try to stay alive. They're going to take themselves out in the process.
You know what? Try just said, the only person who can kill me is myself.
And now they're going to hold up on this corner. I don't see this too often right now. Waifus wants to try to get the kill. That's a very aggressive slide. They are going to get... Oh, I thought they were going to get out. Glitch manages to get that little sliver of room in to get the spear. So now we got the 4v4 because Luna decided, nope, we have to fight an even fight. That's the only way this goes down. So now we've got the 4v4. They are going to use Kiriko's ult. It's out there. Luna trying to find a pick. Nothing quite yet. Trying to find the opening. And they get Sweets right at the doorway. That evens out the fight once more. Ali manages to drop in the process, but they are res directly back up into this. This fight is still in the favor of Red right now. All 5 people still there. Luna does get picked off, but right now, it looks like Red is just trying to hold this W.
OC was invested by Waifu. They're getting really aggressive here.
Very aggressive. Sweets is taken out by that. I get it, but maybe it's not the most necessary thing when you have the cart already this far down. Like, there's still a lot of progress they have to make.
Blue team are basically fallen into one of the worst scenarios on circuit, where the cart is stalled, is perfect for Widow to just have a shooting gallery as the team approaches them, because she can just hold that high ground. Nobody really can contest her unless Aku picks Luna, which they have shown they can do multiple occasions.
Phoenix looking for something there. They have got it. Getting back into the fight, usually go kind of early. You can tell they're looking for the terracers right here. They are going to go for the pole. They are going to use their abilities to try to give it a lot of lows, but nobody's picked off from it. The Ellie gets super low into that fight. Luna's super low as well, but nobody has dropped yet. Valkyrie gets engaged, but Phoenix manages to hit the railgun. And just like that, Team Red's fight is coming to an end. Waifus is way in the back. They gotta get out of there. They're gonna be the only survivor. And finally, Blue's gonna get some fight here, but this is gonna come up to last fight territory.
Going to the last fight. And Glitch, that Terracers looked like a whiff because they didn't use their spear spin to get into the team to actually pull more people in, but it still ended up working out regardless. Red team coming in with 2 ults of their own. Fear's not on the table anymore, so Eliza.
Luna gets the Feka Akudama. Sweets does pick up waifus in the process. We still have the 4v4, but they might want to try to jump on the cart. They gotta get the cart in 0.4 meters. They're trying to go in and out. Sigma's the only one that can stall this cart right now. Going for the pick. Luna is going to find the pick on Phoenix. That is an unbelievable pick right now. Beth and Sweets trying to stay alive on the corner, trying to make something happen here, trying to keep Glitch up, but no ults are coming soon. Glitch goes down, Beth goes down, Sweets trying to pick something up, but it's just not going to happen, and Red Team is going to stop them just shy of a second point.
That was so close to Red Team C9ing that point. If Aku doesn't get picked there by a heroic shot from Luna, because I don't even know how Luna saw Aku. Like, Aku was behind the obstacle shooting through a gap in it.
I don't know how they saw it, but let's.
Oh!
I don't know how. Yeah, I saw that just now. that was kind of dirty right there.
Aku was just on fire that map. Even though they lost, they were just trying to carry their team to victory.
They did a really good job, especially getting those opening picks. We look back at the very first fight they have. 3 seconds into the fight, they already had 2 picks. Now, that's not to lock down Luna. Luna got some really good picks in there as well. Won that 1v1 a couple times as well. But overall, Akudama much more dominant when it comes to the Widowmaker.
I will give Luna the benefit of the doubt, because I know she's playing from EU, so she is on high ping.
Yep, that will do it. That will do it right there. But yeah, that was a pretty fun map right there. A little closer than what we've seen the last couple of maps. We had the 2-0 over on Oasis. We didn't even get to see the other parts of Midtown. But this time, we actually get to go through Circuit Royale. We managed to see all of its parts, good, bad, and terrible. But we managed to go through that map, so hopefully we can have an experience with our 4th map coming up here shortly. Now, I gotta ask you, what is your opinion on good old push? I have to know. It's very important.
It is a map that is a map type that did replace 2CP. It is very, I prefer it better than 2CP because you can't draw on it and you don't get locked into a chokehold constantly because there's only like a couple directions to go in. There's more areas to access. But if you get if you let the team get first checkpoint on some of the maps and you get snowballed, it's really hard to come back. If you lose control of tempo in the map type, it's a really tough climb to just push all the way back to where the enemy team had their barricade in order to win back.
Yep, 100%. You know, you get it in comp all the time. It comes up for every other match you play. You see push come through. And a lot of the times, like you said, sometimes that momentum swing just never goes the other way. One team just runs it through in 4 or 5 minutes. Now, hopefully, maybe we don't see that here today. Maybe we get a competitive back and forth. Maybe
back and forth into overtime.
Hopefully. That's all we can hope.
As long as it's not Colosseo, because Colosseo is the one push map. If you go a first checkpoint, you're gonna lose 90% of the time.
Pretty much. Maybe we'll get some new Queen Street. Maybe Esperanza, one of the newer maps that came through last season.
Esperanza is actually my favorite of the 3.
It is 100% the better.
It's actually one of the easiest ones to come back on, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's a lot easier to get back into the fight quickly when it comes to Colosseo, and I think even New Queen Street as well, because both of them have this very curved style to them, especially when you get to the latter parts of it. Meanwhile, though, you go over to Esperanza, and it's not really that simple. If you spawn in the back, that is a 20-second walk you have to take to try to get back up there. But, yep, we're watching our teams get set up as we're heading to our 4th map. Of course, it's going to be Push, one of the, obviously, the most fun game mode to ever exist in Overwatch. Definitely nothing better. And hey, lucky us, lucky players, we get to go and play Esperanza today as our 4th map.
Both teams look pretty even with each other. With Team 1, you have Glitch, Tri, Luna, Mixer, and Smarties. And on Team 2, you'll have Bethcon, Cry, Sludge, Aristotle, and Elysia.
That's a pretty good lineup right there. Luna's gonna have a chance to go into 1v1 that isn't with Akudama, so I think we might see them pop off a lot more coming into this next round. Obviously, we saw Mixer play in that first round. We saw them on the Winston. You know, it's not easy running a Winston into a Hog and a Reaper. It's not an easy thing.
It's not easy. I just like laugh because I saw Luna just type Nightmare like 5 times in a row in chat before the map started.
But yeah, we're gonna get into this now. We're gonna see what they pick here, and now, what do you think these teams are gonna come out on here? Like we saw, like some of the Sigma styles, some of the Ramatra styles that we saw over back on Circa Royale. But going to this, I feel like there's a lot more that you can play on Esperanza.
You can play most tanks on Esperanza and get away with it. If Beth is on tank, like I assume, so I was assuming that if Beth is on tank, we're gonna see the Diva come out from Beth.
An interesting pick. We see the Sombra right now. Wonder if that's gonna stick.
Oh boy, Beth is not gonna have a good time.
This is going to be an experience, and there's no way. Do we get to see the legendary Genji? Is it going to happen?
The Genji that has constantly gotten nerfed, and not the other hero that actually is the problem.
But we do get to see some Genji on display, a rare sight to say the least, especially inside of PUGs and even especially inside of official matches.
It's just fun to see like all these players on off roles, because I know Glitch is a support player on tank, Tri is a support player on DPS, Cry is a support player on DPS as well.
Yes, and you can see this going down very quickly. They managed to get 2 picks out the gate, 2 hacks, 2 big kills. They just barely don't manage to get the last pick on ours. But that is fine because there's Mixer there picking it up with the Lucio this time around. And that's going to be a very quick fight for Team Blue as they're going to get the progress rolling onto the cart, or onto the bot.
I played with I know Mixer very well. We've duoed a lot, and that is her style. Lucio is just to dive bomb whatever's low.
Well, that definitely worked out here. No walt's really close so far. Mainly just looking for the opening pick. Bethcon is going to get hacked. Not quite going to drop, but Sludge is going to find the menace that is known as Tri on the Sombra, giving them the advantage right now, but they do have to stop this cart from moving. They have moved it up to 46 meters, despite the fact that they've had the advantage for a rather long period of time now. They're going to wipe what's left of Team B, and Glitch is going to try to escape with their life, but that's a toss-up. I don't know if they're going to get out of here. They're trying. They want to try to make it.
The spear. Oh, nice spear to buy more time.
Yep, but
wait, Glitch, you're going the wrong way!
Going the wrong way? Glitch is trying to stay alive. Glitch is so low right now. No! That is an unfortunate stagger right there. It's gonna be very tough.
I was like, yes, Glitch can back up to the Mega Pack room and get Mega, and then they went the wrong direction where I thought they were going to go and just kind of walked into death because Beth can just close the gap with their boosters.
Yeah, I think the team they were kind of mixed on which way they were going, but I thought they were more going onto that right side near the Mega. So now they gotta wait for the group up, and just like that, Tri gets picked off. They switched over to that Sojourn, and they got punished for it. So Sludge gets that first pick. They are let the railgun go online, and right now Glitch is just a sitting duck to kill. Katie's gonna try to get out of there. Luna wants to try to get Sludge, get a little bit of revenge, but I think they are going to pay for that revenge right there. As Red Team has definitely clapped back here with this fight right now, and they're going to unlock that first checkpoint.
It was really nice ultimate from Sludge coming out. I think Tri decided it would be a good idea to 1v4 on the bridge for some reason and paid for it.
Hey, you gotta say, you have to appreciate what they were trying to do. Now they're walled off. They're all by themselves. They are in no man's land. They're going to try to get some assistance to get Tri out of there. It looks like never mind. Tri is done for. Sludge gets the pick once again. It is Sludge. We do see Torbjorn using their Molten Core. It's going to spray all over the place. And no, the bomb falls up right after. Are we going to get it? We are. Oh, they are going to get one out of that. So now it's still a pretty back and forth fight. Ellie, though, is going to drop. The Terra Surge coming online. The Torbjorn drop right after the fact. Cry. Go ahead. Fight's over.
I was going to say, when I saw the bomb come out, I was just thinking in my head to something. Beth is well known. Beth is a really well-known D.Va player, especially for her D.Va bombs, which usually always in Overwatch 1 got like 2 to 3 kills every time she launched them. It's a little hard to do that now since everybody is like scattered, and D.Va's like kind of in a neutral spot right now since her nerf back in season 0. But Beth is making it work.
Yeah, they dive in pretty hard there for a moment for how low they were. They're still gonna stay into the mech right now. You do see Kiriko go for the ult, but instead, Sludge was one! They had 1 HP left to go, but they can't get the pick! Instead, they get picked off. The Kiriko managing to get it. It's still a back and forth affair right now. You see the wall come out, forcing Cry to take a different angle, drop back a little bit, but the cart is now pushing over. Blue is going to get a little bit more progress here by the look of it. They do get the freeze off as well. Try manages to get Cry. You do have Beth in the corner, knocked out of mech. They're going to get taken out, and more than likely, they are going to get the checkpoint unlocked. So now, they're getting close to catching up here. Just one more good fight ready to go.
Getting the first checkpoint and pushes probably is like the best thing you can do first. Even though Red Team got it first, East Speranza is one of those maps where you can still come back even from a deficit, which Blue Team is showing that they're just about to close that gap.
Yep, and right now they're coming from 2 different angles right now. You see the Sojourn Mercy one side, everybody's hitting from the other. Sludge is going to pop the railgun, trying to find Sludge, not Sludge. Sludge is trying to find Glitch right now, managed to get them to half, but instead Sludge is going to get taken down. They're going to try to get the res. They are going to get it off. It's still a 5v5 right now. You do see the Bob come out from Luna. Bob trying to get some work in. The Bob is going to go up in the air, but Sludge already has 2. But instead, the Bob gets 2 back as well! The Bob is putting just as much work in! And now it's a 3v3, and Blue Team has taken over this fight. Bob managing to bring it back from the clutches of defeat, and now they are going to take over the checkpoint. Right now, Blue is going to take this lead over as well.
That was looking so good for Red with Sludge getting first 2, but Best Bomb knocked the Bob up into the air and into the line of sight of Cry, who was like 2 HP hiding behind a wall.
That's so unfortunate. Oh, but now we got this next fight online, which this next fight is almost over already. Glitch taken out super early. They're going to get what tiny bit of progress they can on this cart. They're going to get it to just about 98 meters, a pretty good distance for them to get to. But now they are going to have to pull out of there. You see Luna going around. Luna getting out of there. And right now, I think they're just waiting for them to get to this bridge part to take this engagement.
My gift to you.
Beth, I didn't see this. Beth is mirroring their Orisa now. She has decided to ditch the D.Va for their Orisa pick.
That is interesting. We'll see how it goes. Kiriko, ult is online, ready to go. They are going to freeze as well. They got a lot of bodies over there on the right side. So that's going to be 2 picks for them. Glitch is going crazy right now in due part of that. They tried the swap. Didn't quite work. They had the ult advantage going into this, and now Blue's just going to make a ton more progress off of that fight win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first observation of what I like to call Qverwatch, because Blue hit every Q except for Glitch's ult, and yeah, they won the fight, but Glitch is a sliver HP.
Yeah, oh, but Sludge gets the pick on Glitch again. They're going to get the pick on Try. They're going to get the
Sludge.
3rd pick! That's 3 for Sludge. I don't know if they're going to get the 4th, but that 3 is more than enough to take over this point for them. And they want to try to bring it back to that middle point, try to take away the spawn advantage. I wonder if they're going to get there in time.
I like to point out that Try has played, I think, 5 different heroes at this point.
Oh,
he is on the Symmetra now.
Oh no, they're going to do the teleport. They're going to teleport it. They're going to teleport it. They're going to teleport. They tried it. They do manage to hit the Orisa. Didn't bring them down. They had the gold ready to go. Look at the double pulse bomb. Gets rid of Aristotle and Sludge. And Sludge is going to get brought back to life, but this fight's already over. It's already kaput. Blue's going to be bringing it back all the way back to the other side. And that's another wipe for Team Red.
If I would see who Luna stuck, because I honestly want to know if Sludge slid into somebody.
I think there's a pretty good chance. Maybe they teleported over. Maybe they just didn't notice. But right now, the Symmetra's gonna take the fight. You just saw Try go in there, trying to take a fight. They're low. They're going down in there. Couldn't quite get Sludge, and now the 5v4 is online. Not a whole lot going on here right now. Blitz just trying to stay alive for as long as they can in this. They're looking for the pick. They're gonna invest Beat into this fight though. That's gonna come online. It feels weird they're trying to invest into this fight. They're down 1. They do have the spawn advantage, but it feels like they invested in a fight that they were never going to be able to win. And with that, they're going to have to back out, reconvene with your 5th, and try again.
Oh, Wall's invested. They're just trying to bait out more resources from Red, so when they take another fight, if they even get another fight, because Blue's just switching, Blue's just flipping it.
But yeah, Sludge is right now just 11 health. Gotta slide out of there. And right now, Blue is just going to make more progress off of this, because Red can't take this fight 4v3. They're going to get picked off.
Oh.
And you see that? Cry gets caught with the spear. Unbelievable. And right now, Luna, oh no. Luna, don't do it to them. You can't. They have families. You can't do this.
Well, Luna is doing some mischievous tactics. Trias has switched to a Bastion, by the way.
They get stuck. They managed to get rid of Cry. They die in the process, and that is going to be 2 picks. And they're going to have to back off. But that's just an incredible display right there.
That was almost close to another 2K, but Aristotle managed to get on the other side of the wall, so the pulse bomb damage didn't hit him.
A nice split-second decision, and now they're still going to try to take this fight here. They switched over to the Bastion, and they're just going to try to shred through this Orisa, but the Orisa's staying alive. Hey, look at Beth go, trying to stay alive to the best of their ability. They're 90% ran out to that Terror Surge, but can they stay alive for it? Oh, they're getting so desperately close. There's the back and forth. The Ferris Sludge is going to turn on the Railgun. They're going to get rid of Glitch in this fight. Team Red's taking the advantage. They have finally managed to win a team fight just in overtime. The slide punch onto Luna. Oh no.
Both teams are lacking in ult. But Red team does have more ultimates than Blue team, so there is a chance they can win this next upcoming fight and get the forward spawn off, which could help them win this map. But they have to play perfectly. One thing goes wrong on push, and your game is over.
Yep, you're gonna need to win about 3 consecutive fights, realistically, to take this thing. And right now, Try gets taken out early in this fight. Red is gonna get the spawn advantage again. The closer spawn, so they'll be able to get to this point faster. So just a slightly larger margin for error, but you still don't want to lose anybody in this fight. You took a lot further in the corner. Mixer kind of just took the fight to Sludge, kind of forced Sludge out of their little position. They're floating above, trying to find the right moment. Luna's getting desperately close to that pulse bomb, but it doesn't matter because they get picked off by Cry. I don't know how that manages to happen, but now the snowball's taking into effect. They got the 83, 84 meters. This is coming down way closer than I thought it would.
This is close, but Try does have his artillery strike, which if he fires it on the point, the only person they can realistically leave on the point to tank it is, well, the tank.
Yeah, Glitch is gonna have to save the gold form for this. They're gonna have to. They peek out a little bit. The gold form already comes out. They're on the corner! They're on the corner! Ellie gets taken out by that, and everybody else is low. Aircell doesn't even get to use their ult for this. Cry is gonna put it out, but it's not gonna matter. Blue is gonna carry it away, and they are going to win on Esperanza after what ended up being a relatively close map. Oh my god.
Artillery strike from Try was perfect. You could see Try trying to get the teleporter up to get them out of that room, but it was just a little too slow for Ellie.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. It was a really good effort. And so now
was, at least it wasn't a complete steamroll in one team's favor, which got into overtime.
Exactly. Like, you did see, like, you know, Blue did have the advantage for a pretty long time. You saw the initial fight where kind of Red took it through, Blue took it back, and pushed it almost all the way. They got it just on that final corner, about over 100 meters, which is a long distance to cover, especially when you haven't even reached the first checkpoint yet. But Red did fight back. They were realistically that one big fight, big team fight away from winning it. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Yeah, I just find it funny there that Try and Cry were both playing, let's see how many heroes we can fit into one push map. They both switched more than any other player on both of their teams did.
They did. Like, like especially near the end parts, we saw the Symmetra, we saw the Bastion, we saw the Sombra early on. It was hard to keep up. Like, who's this new character? Oh, it's just Try again.
It's just Try switching to his 6th hero, and Cry is switching now to, and Luna did switch a couple of times. I did catch that, but Try just kept playing mystery heroes.
They turned on a setting. Every time you die, switch a character.
Alright.
But hey, we got the 10 minutes we wanted out of it. We take what we can get here.
And they're getting their team set. Next map in the final map will be King's Row.
Oh boy!
If I don't see Reinhardt, I am going to be mad.
There better be 2 Reinhardts. If not, you're gonna be casting alone. That's all.
King's Row, notoriously known for Reinhardt, and also one of the strategies that I hated to play against. I don't know if you heard of it. It's the AC 130 strat back in the day.
No. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I repressed that memory in the back of my head somewhere. But now it's back up in there. So thank you for reminding me of that time of my life.
It worked. It honestly was like one of the easiest ways to break first if you weren't good at a mirror brawl.
Oh, that bring back some memories right there. That's boy. Now I don't think we'll see that, but considering that we saw the Bastion a little bit ago, I'm starting to not rule it out.
We'll see who goes there, because Try is not in this time. So,
Ooh, okay.
So the player who did switch to Bastion and actually ended up winning that team fight on Esperanza for his team is not going to be in this time.
Oh boy.
However, Cry, who kept matching Try, is in. So maybe we'll see something out of her.
Maybe we can, but we still do have Akudama sitting on the other side, and Akudama has been an absolute menace, the maps that they've been put in for.
Yeah.
So,
I just want to see Reinhardt. Like, if
there better be some Ryan here.
If Ryan isn't played, like, I don't care if you're bad at Ryan or you have never played Ryan in your life. It's King's Row. You have to.
Oh, I get the afraid feeling we're gonna see like an Orisa here, maybe we see the Hog and just everything's meaningless. But
if everything's meaningless, I think both teams would go ball.
Oh my God, ball on King's Row. The apocalypse is here. There is no return. That's it.
I mean, we've seen most of the tank roster except for Wrecking Ball, Zarya. We haven't Doomfist and Junker Queen. Wait, no, Phoenix played Junker Queen.
We saw a little bit of Junker Queen, just a little bit, but she did receive those buffs recently, so that's you can see you're getting a little bit more playtime here. A little
bit. She got a lot on the initial buff because they bugged it so where if you hit anything that was breakable, it gave you the cooldown reduction.
Oh boy! So people were just getting it back instantly from hitting a few railings.
If you hit the bike on spawn room in Junkertown, you get it back pretty much instantly because it counted as you hitting like 5 people.
Oh! An exciting announcement! We are playing on the winter version of King's Row.
Snow's Row.
It's Snow's. I've never heard Snow's Row. I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm gonna remember that for next year.
That's what I've always referred to King's Row in winter.
Oh.
And if these pugs took place a little bit earlier, it still would be because the Christmas event just ended a couple of days ago.
Oh man, I am sad Christmas is over, but oh well. Had a good time. I was happy to see the winter maps. But we do get they're still. I forget if they're still doing the Lunar New Year event. Hopefully they get that because I want to see because I want to see the Lijiang. I want that back. I want the
Lunar New Year Lijiang Tower.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite maps. As a Lucio player, I can just say I've made a lot of enemies.
Oh, the classic strategy on Gardens. Just run the Pharah, run like a Hog Lucio. Anything you can use to take somebody off the map.
That was actually my team comp on Ilios when I played.
Oh my God.
Harmony was hogging ball Far Mercy Lucio.
Oh my God. My brain forgets that there's 2 tanks sometimes. I forget that people actually ran stuff like Ball Hog.
Like, you can run most team comps and get away with it with double tank, especially if you're a team called Doodles. I think I just might have brought PTSD to any Galactic Penguins players that are in chat.
But either way, we can forget about the horrific past of Ball and Hog. Instead, we're moving over here to King's Row. To some players, it's known as Scrim's Row. We all know it. We all love it. If you don't love it, I don't know what you're doing playing Overwatch. I kind of like what I'm seeing. You see Sweets on the Rhine.
I see a Reinhardt. Ellie, get on the Reinhardt now.
Ellie, I don't think they've learned the narrative here yet. Maybe they'll swap. They have a lot of the comp that you could use for a Reinhardt. You have the Reaper, you have the Lucio and the Kiriko. But I want to see the swap. It might not happen though.
They're gonna do. Sweets is holding really close, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna try to either just get some fire strikes off. Yep.
More than likely. And
I was really hoping she was gonna stay there and pin somebody across.
That would be. But right now Ellie is gonna start onto the Sigma. Sweets is gonna play this corner pretty hard, which is fine considering you do have the BAP and the Lucio back to provide a ton of heals for you in this fight. But right now, they just want to stop them from getting through this initial starting gate. You see the Immortality field already out of there. Already taken out, not going to have it for this fight coming up. But right now, Sweets is already kind of just fighting for their life. You can see that shield's kind of low. They're at half health. They're trying their best to survive. They got to pull the corner for now. You can see the Reaper going behind. Beth did try something. They got to 1. They do manage to escape with their lives, though. Sweet swinging away. Sweet is 90 already to their ult. They're going to have it here in a second here if they're not careful. And they do. It's a 4v4. They're looking for the Shadow right away. You can tell. Any Reinhardt, you see that Shadow ready to go, you want to go for it.
Sludge is...
There's the Shatter!
Big Shatter.
Big slam!
Sludge was one of the big playmakers on Esperanza and has proven that you put them on Sojourn, they're gonna do whatever they want to do if they're uncontested, because they had 3 of the 5 picks in that fight.
Oh my gosh. You saw that. Sweets manages to collect their entire ult during that fight, and now they have 20% for this next one coming up. And the closest thing we have to an ult on the red side is Aristotle, who's still 15% away from their own ult, and that's not going to happen until maybe the middle of the fight.
Ellie has switched over to the Orisa, and in that matchup, Orisa is currently better than Reinhardt since most of her cooldowns basically say no to what Reinhardt can do.
But Trike does have the window ready to go, and you know they're looking for it, and there it goes right then and there. Trying to find the right angle. They're trying to take these different angles. Got the 1v1 Phoenix trying to get out of there with their life. 55 health. They do manage to escape temporarily, but they're just still getting hunted down in the back. You see Sludge gets the pick off on Bethcon. Bethcon's out of the fight now, so right now they do use Kitsune. That is interesting, but they are trying to take it. Sludge is gone. It's a 4v4 now. Sweets is going for the walls. They drove themselves in there. The 1v1 in the backlight. Akudama's barely going to win it. They're going to have a single health through their name. They're going to try to steal Cry, but Cry got the shot out in time. It's still back and forth right now. K-Wing getting taken out in the process, though. Bethcon back into the fight does have the Death Blossom, but it looks like they're not going to need it. If I was Cry and if I was Sludge, I would hop out of there right now. Don't let yourself get picked, because right now, Team Red has got this first map, right? Right?
Sludge
yeah.
It's a kickoff, but they're not going to be in range since all of them died, they all died not together. Beth does have the ult coming up. She's going to have to be careful, because if Sweets places correctly, she can either shield the whole thing or just full send it.
Oh no, the Shatter didn't come out. The Shatter came out. I think they got a couple of bite or two. Oh, God! Takes out 3 in the process! Destroyed them! They went for the Shatter. It didn't pay off. The Death Blossom destroys them all. Bethcon has 4 picks. That is an incredible Death Blossom, and that just blew off of the table.
That fight right there is like a textbook example of why Orisa counters Reinhardt, because Ellie went gold and just didn't get affected by the Shatter. I don't even know if the Shatter hit anything, to be honest, because I didn't see any stunned icons in the corners at all.
I think it did hit a person or two, just the Orisa was there to kind of follow up on it and like negate the damage. So I just don't think they were to follow up. Speaking of following up, oh, Hakudama dangerously low. Deathcon though is taken out of this fight early. That's gonna really hurt right now. If you want to try to keep Ellie up, you do have the Terror Surge online. If you really wanted to take this fight, you can keep them up and go for it. Akudama does get the pick on K-Wing. It's still pretty back and forth right now. Sludge finding a pick on Ellie. Once again, still a back and forth fight. You don't have that Terror Surge. Akudama gets rid of Sludge now. Akudama just trying to do it all. And right there, Sweets is picked off. Red's gonna be able to get the point moving again. Akudama's
only amount of time before you saw Aku and Sludge in a duel with each other, who have both been very dominant in all the maps they've played on. Even in the loss, even the loss that Aku took on Circuit, they pretty much shut down everything with the Widowmaker.
Pretty much. I don't think they're going to get a touch here. They might try. They do get it with 1 meter left. They are going to use the beat for it as well. Aristotle is going to use the rush right now. It's going back and forth. A lot of ults being put out by them. They are going to use the railgun as well. You see the Reaper in the back right now. Beth trying to survive, but nowhere near their ult. They're going to get shot in the head. But right now, Akudama's got 2 picks of their own. Red has taken over the second point. And right now, they just got to try to get out of there. With 3 minutes left in the time bank as well, that's a pretty good amount to work with, as Sludge is going to fight for their life and fail.
I didn't even know Red Team took the point, because it just you couldn't hear the sound through all the chaos that was going on there.
You could not, but now, you know, going into this next fight, we see Ellie. They are going to have that Terror Surge online ready to go. Sweets is kind of close to it. And you're going to see the window come out immediately. Ellie said it's just wiped off the map entirely. You do see the comeback kill. Aristotle taking care of Phoenix. But it's going to be really tough without your main tank sitting there ready to block that damage for you. And you see right now in the corner, Bethcon just got bullied into a corner. They're a sliver of a health, but they have managed to stay alive. Oh boy.
that's Sweets nearly threaded the needle there. Ellie didn't even really have a chance to like even fortify or do anything. She just like got blown up by that window in like half a second.
Speaking of not having a chance, Bethcon gonna have to get out of there. Gonna have to take the Mega. They are getting rather close to the ultimate. They might be able to get it before this fight starts, but instead they are gonna use the beat to try to survive. Terror Surge comes out, doesn't get anybody. It does force out that beat, and so it's still a back and forth fight. Juicy Cry is going to, however, lose the immortality. Phoenix is one, trying to survive up there. Phoenix just manages to barely get out, as right now, you can see Team Red is going to just put all their ults into this fight. That's one! That's two!
Oh, never mind.
Big stun! Sludge is caught up in the corner. Sludge, there is absolutely nowhere to go. That fight is over with, and Red is going to cap with 26 on the clock. Only 1 second off of their cap over on Circuit Royale. All right.
Very nicely done. Even the fights that they lost only really happened because either they had an ult deficit or Ellie just exploded because of the damage.
Oh, we got away from the Reinhardt though. I feel like we have to mention that we had a little hope in our hearts and it got destroyed.
Hey, Sweets did start on it. She did get a big shatter on first.
They did get the big shatter on first, but obviously, you know, you get into a situation where you're countered, you either get pulverized for the rest of the round, or you gotta make the swap. That's just how the game is. That's just how it goes down. But they did a fine job of it. But now they have to go on the offensive.
Reinhardt again.
They really want to make it happen. They're hoping. Look at that. We won in spirit.
No, Ryan. No, I'm not saying that word.
It feels bad. That word doesn't exist in our vocabulary.
Yeah, all the asterisks just give away that that's a bad word, and Twitch will probably do something about that if that is said.
But yeah, they're gonna stick onto the Orisa. Sweets is really gonna try to make this work. And I don't know. We'll see how this goes down.
She's talking a lot in the chat. You have been warned, she says, even though she's playing directly into a counter comp.
Hey, that just means the stakes are higher. They send a fire strike into the bus just as a warning shot. You see, Bethcon immediately had to wraith out of there. Immediately into that fight. You see the gold come out immediately. Almost all of Ellie's cooldowns came out rather quickly into this fight. I think the plan is, well, there's the plan, is to get rid of Ellie.
Blow up the Orisa.
Yep, and the Orisa is done for.
I would say that the blue side does have a little bit more damage output because Phoenix is playing the character called Spam Rat.
Old Spam Rat, good old Junky Junk. And right now, this fight is still, well, I was going to say this fight is still back and forth, but right now, it's just Lucio trying to survive, trying to get out of there. They're trying, but the spawn is way closer for Team Blue, and that's on display as right now. Blue is just taking over a tiny bit quicker than what Team Red was able to do earlier, so a slightly bigger time bank going to this first engagement. The Orisa wanted to touch. They are going to touch. I don't know if they have Terra Surge online. You do see the cleanse come through, but Bethcon's going to drop instantly. Elisette does not have enough help to stay alive on this point. So instead of being able to engage at this arc ready to go, now Team Red is sent all the way to the back. And now they're not going to be able to engage until this corner here, so that's a nice chunk of distance they're going to be able to get. Oh no.
This is Konaku. He's in a rough spot. If he slides down that hallway, he's going to go directly into a trap.
Oh no. Alright, come on, do it, Sludge. Go for it. They just disappeared off the face of the earth.
No, I see. You can see him. You can see him in the outlines. They're not by the mega pack in their spine.
Oh, they don't know. But we still have the fight ahead of us. I'm sure we'll see Akudama here pretty shortly. They are set the tires out, send it above and beyond. They're waiting for their moment. They're sending it above. It's going above. It's gonna try to find a pick. 2 seconds. They gotta get somebody. They are gonna get Aristotle after all of that pressure. They do manage to get the pick. So now Cure goes out. You're not going to have that ultimate for this fight. And right now, Akudama gets picked off as well. Blue is just keeping this point going. Beth is taken out of the fight. Ellie, put Ellie out of the misery. They need to get back to the spawn. That's the reset. And now you wonder if they can even get here for a contestment on second point.
Beth did switch over to the Junkrat as well. And somehow during all of that, Aku somehow managed to make their way from the enemy spawn back to the point, only to get railed, only to get the railgun shot straight to the face from Sludge.
Yep, and they're gonna get this point. No contestment. 5.5 minutes on the clock for this. They got the Shatter online. They have the beat. They have the window. They have the ults for this. They're the window out the gate. You do see the railgun come online as well. Waiting for it, trying to get the shots, not finding anything quite yet. He's looking for that shot. You can tell Sweets. She's looking for the shatter right now, trying to find it.
Just shatter as they come out.
She wants it, but she's gonna get pinned into the wall. They are looking for it, but I don't think they're gonna get it in this fight.
No.
Oh no. That's a big alt investment though. Overall, we did see the window come out. We saw
Phoenix Phoenix too.
The res tries to come out.
This is why you don't go into close quarters with a Junkrat.
Exactly, and now with that, now Blue's just gonna get a ton of progress into this fight. Once again, Ellie fighting for their life. They're not going to succeed. Mixer wants to escape as well. I don't think it's a reality. And right now, that's still 4 minutes on the time bank, and they're finally getting this progress. They're gonna have the tire online. They have beat ready to go. This is looking very dangerous right now for Red Team.
Beth can do with her tire. She has it online.
Oh no, that is not anymore. It's not. You see the tire going out from behind.
I'm trying to pick up the cry.
Yeah, it's going behind. They're looking for the pick. They do manage to get rid of Ellie, and that's a good pick right there. Akudama does manage to get the pick on Phoenix. Sweet stops the res from Mixer. There is no res. There is no. Sludge manages to take it out. Oh my god. With almost a 4-minute time bank, Blue has come back into this like it's nobody's business.
You know, they probably should have heated Sweets this morning because they got steamrolled.
They were not ready for the Reinhardt. Oh my gosh.
Because realistically, the comp they had, it should have worked because you had the Orisa that says no to Ryan's Charge, Shatter, and Fire Strike with her abilities, and Beth with this Junkrat should have just been able to completely decimate Sweets' shield, but she made the choice to go into in close quarters with Phoenix, who was wait, Farah?
Wait, no, please no, don't do this. Come on.
It's not a Bastion sim at least.
I think it's almost as bad.
Farah is one of those characters that is really hard to deal with, especially in Overwatch 2. If you don't really have a way to deal with her, you pretty much just have to play faster and ignore her until the rest of her team's dead, or you can play hard mode and try to kill the Mercy first.
Yeah, and to be honest, this is gonna be kind of tough for Blue Team considering they don't have the hard hit scan. You have the
Sludge
you
will
just have
Sludge is
Phoenix
anti-air.
over on the
He's-
Symmetra.
I mean, Sludge has
Anti-air.
proven that they can pretty much shoot anything.
Oh, and the angle's gonna get taken away from him with the Widow. This is actually pretty smart from Red Team right now, but they still have to get in there. They still are looking for it. They're gonna play in this little corridor, wait for someone to poke their little head. Hasn't happened quite yet right now, but they are gonna step onto this point. Oh, they're TPing somewhere. They've gone to the high ground.
Go?
Oh, they went.
I honestly think Phoenix like tried to go up and kill the Pharah.
I think they tried. They tried. It is an attempt. Did they set up another? They're trying to set up TPs. They're trying to be a little fancy because it's all they can do against this. Beth is just in no man's land. It's just not there for them, so they will get taken out. And so you see the pin over there. We just saw Ellie get taken away right there. Beth's still trying to make some stuff happen. They got the Mercy Pocket. They got the res. Do manage to knock Ellie back out of mech. They're taken out. Mixer's out. Red is just getting dumped off the table when it looked like, you know, Team Blue was going to have some trouble here. They managed to get through this first fight. And with 20 seconds left, are they going to even be able to get a real touch on here?
I just, at this point, even if you don't play Reinhardt Ellie, you might as well just mirror it because Sweets has kind of been dumpstering your team with this Reinhardt pick for the majority of the map.
Oh my gosh. And right now they gotta get a touch on the map. They do barely get the touch on the map right now. There's not a lot of vaults online. Akudama's getting pretty close. The Railgun's online. They're looking for the Pharah, but Akudama is going to find Phoenix. The Symmetra is going to be a big thing to get away from. They are trying to get rid of Sludge. Sludge is one in the corner, but the Immortality comes out. Bethkun trying to stay alive. You see the Kitsune Rush coming through. The Pulse is going to get rid of the Reinhardt. There goes the Sojourn. And Red Team, just at the very end, they managed to stop them. But what did it cost them?
Most of their alt bank did. It's gonna be tough. Like they have Bethcon's Barrage, but if this this can happen. If Phoenix can time a wall perfectly, Beth could actually self-destruct herself on the sim wall if she's too close to it.
Oh my gosh! And do you see the turret set up right there on top for the Pharah?
Yeah, they know that he knows where Beth is gonna come from if she's gonna try to angle a barrage on them. It's gonna be from the back.
Oh, Akudama.
Aku's behind them. They don't know.
They don't know yet. Does not know. The wall's gonna come out early. They're going into this fight. The Shadow's gonna come out. It's gonna get one in the back. He gets one in the back. Aristotle is gonna get taken out during that. Beth is gonna go for it. They are one. They're gonna get picked off. Phoenix manages to get the second pick, and they gotta get back to the point, but they are just not going to. So just a little bit of progress onto the second checkpoint. Oh my gosh.
Well, Akudama decided that maybe Sludge was the issue and went to go 1v1 them. And Phoenix was the one who took out the Pharah Mercy on Sim.
They were looking for it. They wanted it. And you saw Akudama in the back. They were looking for a pick, but just the fight got taken over before they could even go in and do anything. And it's unfortunate, but hey.
See what they come out on. Sludge is on the Cassidy. This Beth comes on the Reinhardt.
Oh, it's time.
Finally, the Rhine duel.
True Rhine battle. Oh, Sweets is calling them out. Oh no, they are definitely playing Rhine. We get to see the true Rhine 1v1.
They don't know. They lack the critical information.
We do see Genji on display again. It feels a little different from going from Esperanza to King's Row, where you don't have the Ana, you don't have the Nano Blade for it.
You do have Kitsune Blade if they can get it up, but the thing with Genji is, if they don't have their deflect or dash, they're pretty much the same duck, especially since Cassie's new grenade does 130 damage with the explosion, so all you have to do is stick the Genji and shoot him once anywhere.
Beth, you might want to get out of there, Beth. And Beth gets run over like a train. But Akudama in the back does find one, does find two. They're looking for a third. They're gonna get booped around, but right now they're in no man's land right now. They don't have any heals. They're gonna have to grab the health pack. Mercy goes for the res. Mixer just taken out though. The res does nothing for them. A slightly questionable res, and now you have a big problem on your hands.
They have to regroup to get like even whole because they got the car is not that far for.
Oh?
That's got Sludge.
Yeah,
Oh,
but Beth
she
goes down.
down.
That's a catastrophic death for them to have right
They're
now.
gonna lose Ellie too. Oh no.
That they're going to have bad spawns. They have the
Yep.
Lucio, but the Lucio's not back there right now. The Lucio's got to
No.
run all the way back, try to pick them up, bring it all the way back as well. But they got to get this point.
I think the big issue there at first was Beth was playing Reinhardt like she had a BAP and a Kiriko is like nowhere.
Mixer's
doesn't output
down.
that much.
Mixer's down. You see Beth up there. They go over to the ball. Sludge is getting low, but it doesn't matter. Sludge gets the pick. Sludge gets 2 picks. You see the shatter comes out. The ball has been sent away. Sludge gets 3 at the end there, and blue team is gonna be able to come away with it.
You know, maybe if Red like just started on Reinhardt instead of like beating her on the bush until it was too late, they would have had a better chance.
Oh my gosh. Let's see this right here. You saw the pulse. You saw the follow up on Sludge. Got the follow up on K-Wing.
No matter what hero Aku plays, they've pretty much like shown that they can play everything and just shut down the opposing no matter really what happens.
100%. They definitely showed off in all 3 of the maps that they were in, no matter who they were playing. Especially, it was very fun to see them even jump on the Genji. Even if it didn't work out too well, the 10 seconds they had to shine, they drove through 2 people. They almost got a 3rd, but at the end of the day, Blue kind of just ran through on that 2nd attack. But it's still a really good display. We got multiple rounds of King's Row.
Like all the maps that we did actually went through. I don't know if Riker and Fish were just cursed in the first 2 maps.
I think they cursed it. Oh.
Yeah, but we got to see mostly everything that is on King's Row. But the one hero that was missing on King's Row that usually is always present is Mei.
Right. Did we not see a Mei like for a small amount?
Neither team
Oh,
played Mei
man.
that entire time. The only time we saw Mei was when Tri was playing Mystery Heroes in Esperanza.
But we did get to see some Reaper play. We saw what was it, the massive Death Blossom that came through the 3K?
Yeah, Beth like had a couple big ones. Beth had a couple big Death Blossoms, she had her second one stunned, but by the time they stunned it, it was already too late.
But that was definitely a lot of fun. We managed to go through all 5 maps. You know, even though we were playing all 5 maps regardless, you know, it feels like an actual game where we went to map 5 and it was super exciting. It came down to multiple rounds. It was just a ton of fun. It was a blast.
Yeah, first time casting, this was honestly really fun to see all these players, especially some of the players that I've watched and actually been mentored to play on off roles. It was pretty fun to see them play, especially Cry, who used to VOD me on main support. I've seen her play DPS on Esperanza, kind of like play Mystery Heroes with Try was pretty funny.
They were definitely one of the most entertaining people here today. A ton of fun to watch them play the... I want to look back at some point and see how many characters they actually played. I want a statistic. I want a bar at the bottom. I
think Try played 6 or 7 different heroes.
Oh my gosh.
I was always looking at Try. I was like, he's switching every time he's ulted most of the time.
Oh, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got through all 5 maps. A fun experience to go through PUGs like this, because sometimes PUGs are naturally, you don't take them too seriously. Yeah, you have some fun, you have some goofs, but you still want to try to, take the W home.
All right.
But I'm thinking right now that, we've had some fun here today, but unfortunately, all good things do have to come to an end, and unfortunately, that means the end of here today. But we had some fun. Nighthawk, it was an absolute pleasure. Cassidy, it was a pleasure to watch all of our amazing players today. A really good experience overall.
Yep, same here. And we'll see you in season 11. Season 10. Why season 10? Why did I say 11? I skipped in my head. Season 10. Season 10. My brain skipped. We'll see you in season 10 coming in February. It's first season on Overwatch 2 for because since Overwatch 1's gone now. So
Overwatch 1.
that'll be really great to see which teams will remain on top. CFE teams will remain on top, and which teams will be the dark horses.
Exactly. It's going to be exciting to see. We're only that month or so away. It's going to be super exciting. But for today here, we are done. This has been Tranquility's Underrepresented Minority Pugs. It was a blast. It was a fun time. And we thank all of you for coming out today. And we will see all of you next time.